Okay. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Is this, whatever the heck it's called, a daily? Why is it this late at night? Well, you see, I've had an eventful day. Last couple of days. So, also, if you actually, keep track of the channel and everything, you've probably noticed with just yesterday and the day before. Well, I did say in a stream that there wasn't going to be a daily yesterday, but different story. That I did not do a daily, nor was I planning on doing a stream or anything like that. Now, the reason this is just because I didn't have the time to do it. I was out of town all day. But my original plan was yesterday to post 6 videos. That is why we had 2 videos being the Monster Hunter Let's Plays, and then we just had 2 stream highlights. Now, the reason I was going to do 6 is because I wasn't planning on doing a daily today, even though I'm doing one now. And I was planning on it being 2 stream highlights per day, and then 2, whatever the heck it's called, to, why can't I think of it? Monster Hunters. But I didn't think I was going to have the time today originally, so I decided I'll just post it yesterday. So I kind of ran out of time by the time I needed to leave, and I needed to mess with them a bit more than what I had already done. And because of that, I canceled 2 of them that I just did earlier today. So yeah, that's why the videos was kind of mixed up. That was kind of a last-minute decision that just kind of messed everything up a little bit. I was a bit worried about it, but I didn't think, like, push came to shove, it was just a mixed up schedule for one day. Now, yes, I do know that I also need to get in the My Thoughts and the whatever the heck it's called, the A to Z on League Champion, which that will also be coming out tonight at some point. Sooner than later, probably is the same time, a little bit after you see this, a little while after I'm done recording this, because when I'm done recording this, it's also pretty late. So, yeah. I'm not the happiest because of these moments, but things kind of get mixed up, stuff happens. So I'm also going to really quick explain why I'm kind of late with this and why there wasn't a daily or a stream yesterday and so on and so forth. So yesterday, as you all know, is St. Patrick's Day. A ton of people getting drunk. I am 18, so not getting drunk. Not breaking the law, as far as you know. No, I was not. I am not a person to do that. So I'm going to take a quick drink. Yep, casual drink. My throat's getting dry. Hope you all heard that. So, my family decided to go to a bar. No. We went to this lodge that's like a 3-hour drive from us, and we ended up picking up my sister that lives in a different city on the way there. And we decided to spend the night. Now, this is all fine and dandy, but I didn't really realize we were spending the night at first. I kind of just thought we were going there, spending a few hours there, and coming back. I was incorrect. So, we then, upon, Friday or Thursday of me learning this, I decided, okay, I'm just gonna, post my one video. Or I'll post 3 videos, and then 3 videos the next day, and I won't stream, and I won't have a daily on one of the days, but I'll still have the daily today. Now, as you can imagine, that kind of changed a little bit. As I said, it was a last-minute decision to just post 6 videos right away, and then I would post the My Thoughts and the A to Z today if I had a chance, or if I was, worst-case scenario, I'd post it on Monday and just be a little late. So that's how that kind of transpired. And, yeah, worst case, push comes to shove, I'm gonna be a little late. Oh no, whoop-de-doo. Minions have spawned. Yeah. So that happened, and we had a D. It was bad. I'm not this lodge. Honestly, I legitimately hated it. Now I'm not one in general for like lodges and things like that, but I'm open-minded. I'm not like absolutely can't do this under no circumstances ever. So like I wasn't thrilled about it in the first place, but I was thinking it'll be pretty decent. Like whatever. Whatever happens, it happens for the most part. Now I really wish I didn't have this mindset because it was trash. This place was bad. There's no other possible way to describe it than this place was really bad. So they only had like an indoor pool for entertainment for the day. And for entertainment at night, they had absolutely nothing. So it's just like, what are you gonna do? Whatever. And but like this didn't really affect me all that much of just them not really having anything to do. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's just the way that this place is. I don't care. So like that was really it. Like I didn't really care. I was just kind of like, okay, whatever happens, happens. I'll try like enjoy the best out of it, even though there's nothing really here for me to do. And then like the first day we just kind of went swimming, as I was saying. Like all they really had to do in the first place was a pool. Well, we did like take a few like family pictures and like so on and so forth. And we went into like this pagoda that they had in the outside of their house, but it was like nonetheless, it's not really something that I'm going to find all that entertaining. Now let's get to the juicy bits that everyone really wants to hear about instead of just So there isn't like this lodge is in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. There's nothing but trees for like miles around it. It's a lodge. It's like what do you expect? And because of this, there wasn't anywhere to eat. There wasn't anywhere to like do anything else besides stay at the lodge. Now, yet again, when there's nothing like around, and then like the lodge itself is pretty boring, this isn't exactly a fun time. So we were like, originally we were planning on going out to eat, but we had to know. We had to stay in the lodge. Now, you're probably like, that doesn't sound like all that bad. If the lodge even had like a place to eat. The lodge had one restaurant inside of it. This restaurant was small. It was, there's no other words to describe it. It was a tiny little place that had like it was so insignificant. It was terrible. It was just, I was saying, it was a tiny little place that really didn't matter at all. But the food was regular, everyday, this is a restaurant food at triple the price. I've never, like, it was like $9 for like 3 chicken nuggets. Like for a kid's meal of chicken nuggets, $9. And like, excuse me? They had pizzas, which honestly their pizzas were really good, but it's yet again it's pizza. You can't mess up pizza. They're like, as I said, they had pizza, and that's really it. Well, not like, they also did have a pizza, and that wasn't really it, as like the only things you can drink as the only things you can eat. That was just one of the few things that they had on like the menu, and it was $20. Like, this is a full-on legit pizza, and it's like 20. What did you like? Excuse me? What planet are you from that $20 is even a remote possibility for pizza? And like we of course ordered 2 pizzas because we have a big family. We didn't even finish like either one, but most, like, we ate like 90% of both of them, so you know. But like nonetheless, like $40 on 2 pizzas, like they're insane. You're insane. And so that happened. Like the manager was just like pretty like chill, of course, like, oh yeah, this is completely understandable and reasonable. I just cannot think that that's how much their prices was. I would just want to like smack them upside the head and be like, I wouldn't expect to pay this unless I was at the fanciest goddamn restaurant in the state. But yeah, it was just like, it was complete ludicrous in my mind. Like, honestly, if I was my parents, I would have not have done anything of the sort. I would have complained like there was no tomorrow. Okay, so let's get into more than just the food. Just that. I was the first person in my family to make it into the restrooms. This is the first thing that I noticed that's wrong, because like the actual rooms that we were in were pretty tiny for a place that's supposed to hold whatever the heck it's called, 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom, but each bottom bed couldn't hold like 2 people each. So we're gonna go with like the minimum amount of 6 people, maximum amount of 8 people had 1 bathroom. Okay, fine and dandy. We can share. We're family. Whatever. But no. This bathroom that you would expect to be, you know, like cleanly and all. Like, I want to know who they're like, their housekeepers or whatever the heck they're all. I can't think of like the name, like housekeeping type thing. I want to know. I want to know who they are, because if they did that, they were not. It's not an insane amount, but like at like the very bottom of the toilet, the inside of it really, you can see shit. And I'm just like, not like it hasn't been flushed, like it was fried to the walls type of shit. And I'm just sitting there staring at it like, okay, I would expect this in my actual house family bathroom, because, you know, like, we don't clean it daily and, like, for every guest. But I don't expect it in a hotel, well, in a lodge that, you know, only has a certain amount of guests and all. I don't expect this. Wow. Ugh. I don't really care all that much. It's bots. It's not like it really affects me in any way. But I do not expect that in a place that, yet again, has housekeeping, has people that are supposed to take care of it. But no, apparently that's, you know, that's something that should happen. That's a common thing. That's something that other people want to see. Like, no, I don't. I don't want to see it. Like, you can go to, like, oh, man, you're privileged or something like that, and it's like, am I? Like, this is a hotel that should, like, be happy with themselves about being cleanly and a safe environment for their guests and, like, so on and so forth, if you really want to have, like, a good name for yourself and everything. But no. They have this dump. So that's, like, first thing. Second thing was, like, price of, like, pizza. Something so simple, so easy to make, and $20. Just like, you got to be kidding me. But, you know, whatever. So we go out to eat for the first night after we have the lunch of the pizza. Now, where we go out to eat is yet again the only restaurant that's there. The family they're like the not fancy, acts like it's fancy place, where they have fancier looking stuff, but should be about. It's basically a regular restaurant that looks fancy. And yeah. So it takes 20 minutes for us to be seated. Now, you're probably thinking, "Oh, they were full." No. They had like maybe like 3 other okay. They had like maybe 3 other people sitting. In eye view, we could see a table that could fit all 7 of us. In eye view, directly behind like the register, we could see a table that could without a doubt fit 7 people. It could honestly fit 8. Is the exact amount that it could hold. And yet we had to wait 20 minutes. To be completely honest, we waited about 26 to 27 minutes. Now you're probably thinking, "Oh, why is this?" Well, I will admit they only had 3 servers. So you're probably thinking, "Okay, well, honestly, that's pretty reasonable to be waiting that time. Like, they can only hold on so many people, and one person can only wait on so many tables." True, but I'm pretty sure one person can wait on more than one table at a time. Because, as I said, I'm pretty sure there were only like 3 other groups, and one group was leaving about the same time. Now, I am pretty sure that, I am pretty sure that like maybe there might have been 1 or 2 more than what I was seeing. But that's not 100% guarantee. 1 or 2 more groups than what I was seeing. But, that's just what it is. But yet again, like, even so, like, I've seen waiters and waitresses wait on, like, 3 to 4 tables. Now, yeah, I'm willing to bet you probably have to be pretty, like, decently skilled. I would probably use that terminology for that to be able to do that. But yet again, at the same time, like, how much skill do you need to be able to do that? Because I don't think it's an insane amount. Like, I don't think I'll be able to pick it up day 1 and just be able to do it. But at the same time, I don't think that it's so difficult that you need years and years of experience. Okay, but you know what? Whatever. Big deal. We had to wait. Didn't enjoy it. It's not worst case scenario. So I decide to not to like leave or do anything like that, but to order my food. Everyone gets chicken tenders basically, because as I said, they're literally the cheapest thing on the menu at like $9. I was like, I could go to any other place and get this for like $6 to $7. Oh yeah, it's only $3, but nonetheless, if you would have seen some of the other things on there was like a few things that were like $20 some. I was like, one plate being this much money and it's not steak, like the finest 20-ounce steak you got, is a problem. Okay, I know it'd be more like 16 or something like that, but like that price with that food, it is just a how. But whatever. So be it. So, So we get our food, and okay, no. We're gonna get before even we get our food. We are waiting on our food for flippin' ever. We waited a good like 40 minutes for our food. We're all starving. We're all just want to eat, and we are waiting a ridiculous sum of time Now, I'll admit, okay, it was like, oh, it's 7 of us. Like, that's not a ridiculous time. True. But it's tenders. As I said, almost all of us had tenders. Like, I can make those at my house for, 10 minutes. Doesn't even take that. Well, depending on the tenders you're making and everything like that. Like, yeah. And they tasted like average tenders. It wasn't like, oh, this fantastic food. Oh my goodness, these tenders are like god tier. Like, no. No, they're regular tenders. Now, and while we're waiting, there's a restroom that's near the restaurant, not in the restaurant, near the restaurant. And, like, of course, ooh, come on, no, well. So we need to, like, walk in and out of the place over and over again to, like, use the restroom, which, of course, I needed to take my niece and my nephew to the, okay, well, more like my nephew, and someone else took the niece to the bathroom. So while we're doing this, there's a bar that happens to be right next to it. And I see stinking my waitress, another waitress, and another waitress. Which, they only are supposed to have 3 there, apparently. 3 at the time. All in the bar. 2 of which are talking. 1 of which is preparing, like, drinks for people. While a customer has his child on his lap. In a bar. Or, no, 2 children on his lap in a bar that literally has a sign on the outside of it saying only, like, people only 21 and older may enter. It's like, oh, really? Because I think oh, what the? I think just about anyone can enter if you have someone like this in this bar. I guess I could be wrong. But whatever. So, they have the children in there and, like, so on and so forth. It's not like it's that big of a deal. It's just like I'm kind of finding things to think about, like, to complain about with this place because I'm already that upset with it. So, yeah, we finally, and still waiting for our food, actually. I was about to continue. We see one of the waitresses doing whatever the heck it's called. Sitting on their phone eating. Now, I kind of feel as if this was like a waitress that was on break or something like that. So they weren't, like, breaking any rules. But at the same time, with the place I work, McDonald's, we have an area where we are allowed to eat food and where we are not. If we are not in that area, we do not eat. Because, well, I guess, like, you can go into the lobby, but we're not supposed to. That's really just, like, something we kind of do, even though we shouldn't. So, whatever. So if that's what the case is, then, whatever, sure, fine, understandable. The fact that, like, she can be out there. But if that wasn't the case, then, like, really, and she was only in, like, a roll or something along those lines, nothing major. Not like actual legit, like, an order that you could place. So, yeah, like, the with the weight and everything, I'm not exactly happy, but it happens. It's just, like, these things are regular things that I could expect at a restaurant. This isn't really a restaurant, but, I'll accept it. So I really only have, like, 2 complaints so far with, like, how they keep their places clean, so on and so forth, and, like, basically that in general. Those are my complaints so far. So then we go back to the room and we go to bed because there's literally nothing else to do. We already, like, swam in the pool, which honestly, like, since it's our one and only attraction, it was kind of fun. But, then you think about the fact that they didn't have a lifeguard on duty on their one and only thing that you can do in the entire place. Your one and only thing. And I can't even do it safely. When there's a lot of children. But you know, whatever. I can't even do it safely, but you know, that happens. And yeah, we go to bed. Everything's fine and dandy. We wake up the next morning, which was this morning, and we decided to eat. So, you know, where did we decide to eat? You guessed it, the one and only place that we can eat at, which continued to be at the most god-darn awful and ridiculous price I've ever seen in my life. So, they have a buffet, or you can order very, like, special things. Now, for whatever reason, this day, only the buffet was available. So you couldn't order any of the actual meals, which, honestly, I probably would have done. I think this is because they had, like, a lack of chefs or something like this. But the lack of chefs doesn't describe the price. So, I don't remember what it was per person. And just, I can't believe just how, like, the total we came up to was $100. With between the 7 of us, I physically cannot believe that it got that high. Now, I can maybe understand if we were in, like, a very high tax area type deal, like maybe like if I went to like California, like the highest tax paying area in the United States. If I went there, okay, maybe, because I don't really know how much their increases and everything is. So like maybe if I went to California, but no, where we are currently lived, I don't really know where we are ranked, but we are not that high. Where I am currently lived, no. So, like, we could, like, my family has gone to, like, actual buffets and everything before and paid less. But no, we went to this shitty buffet. So, like, the options you had was you could make your own waffle. Oh, good. Something that literally any hotel or area has, complimentary with the room. Not even, you know. But this place you needed to pay for. Like, okay. You can get a chef to make you an omelet. Okay, you know, that's kind of special. That's something kind of cool. You know, the slowest chef known to mankind making the slowest omelet known to mankind. He was a kind guy because my sister went into like a white, like an egg white omelet, and he went all the way to the back, found egg whites, and then cracked them himself and did all that. Like, he did all of that, like, on his own, but then when he made it, it was kind of, like, pretty bad, but he, like, said that's because, like, the hardest version of an omelet to make with egg whites, apparently, and I was like, okay, whatever, as long as she likes it, but then he didn't fully cook it, and she was almost done eating it, and then she found, like, a little spot that was still pretty egg white-y, whatever the heck you want to call it, really liquidy, and he didn't cook it fully, and it's like, oh my god. The bacon, I wanted to actually murder them because my favorite food is bacon, and the fact that they undercooked 90% of their bacon by at least like not like something that you couldn't eat or that you did food poisoning type of undercooked, just like not what bacon should be cooked at. I guess it's kind of debatable because some people do like bacon in this manner, which I can understand that. So, like, I find it understandable that they did it, but, like, there were some pieces that were, like, legitimately undercooked, and not just slightly undercooked in, like, the manner that you could still eat it, like, actually undercooked enough where you might get sick eating it. So, you know, that's nice. And then, like, besides that, all they really had was, like, sausage logs, which was literally the regular flippin' sausage logs that you can get from any place that my mother would make. Type deal that you can make in like frying it yourself. Oh, no. Not anything special, no, no. And like scrambled egg, yet again, regular scrambled eggs with no specialty to them whatsoever. Bread that you can put jam and stuff on, the type of jam that you could literally go to a McDonald's and order. Okay, it was like the more hotel type of jam, but nonetheless, it's the type of jam that really isn't anything special. It's just kind of like a jam that exists. So, yeah. Now, I'm not expecting it to be like godsend, but for the price, I was expecting it to be above average quality. Ooh. Oh my goodness, this place got me so tilted so fast. I wanted to complain so badly. But you know, like my family's my family, and we have some people in our family that like will complain super hard, and well, more like one person individually, and that person happened to not be there. So of course, you know, we didn't really complain. Because besides that, my family's just like, okay, whatever. Well, especially my parents are okay, whatever. The rest of our family is like, no. The rest of our family is it better be right. So yeah. So, you know, we all eat and we get the price and we're all just baffled by it at first. Or most of us are. My parents were just kind of like, whatever, we'll accept it. And, yeah. But then another thing that was wrong is the chocolate milk. So I ordered chocolate milk. My niece ordered chocolate milk. And my mom ordered chocolate milk. Now, yet again, with the literal $3 cup of chocolate milk. $3 per cup. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment. Now, these glasses, they filled to the brim with ice. Now, I think since it was chocolate milk, they actually don't. But like every other drink, they fill to the darn brim with ice. And if you want anything that isn't water, it's like $1.20, which is, you know, literally more than a stinking McDonald's cup where you get the exact same thing. But worse because of double the ice quantity. And you think our sweet teas have a lot of ice in them. No, this had a lot of ice. You could drink it in literally one sip. Okay, not that much, but still. I'm getting so worked up. But the chocolate milk was literally the worst chocolate milk I've ever had in my life. The best way I can describe it, it was regular milk with a hint of chocolate. I literally feel as if they made it themselves, where they didn't like actually order chocolate milk or anything like that, where they grabbed like a cup of milk, grabbed one of those like chocolate Nesquik whatever containers, sprayed a few drops in it, and then spent like 10 minutes blending it. Because it had no chocolate. Like, you could barely taste the chocolate in it at all. I was thirsty so badly, I just drank my entire thing. My niece didn't like it at all. She was like, this literally doesn't taste anything like chocolate milk, so she didn't drink hers, and of course got a lemonade, which, you know, is another, like, $2. Oh, yeah, for a child-sized lemonade. Yeah, so, you know, that's fun. And... And just, then my mom, who, like, once she found out the price of hers, which we wanted to argue, or we wanted her to argue it anyway, she just, like, then she drank the rest of her chocolate milk, and just, yeah. And you know how it's a buffet, so you can't, like, get anything to go, which, honestly, for the price, we might as, they legitimately should have given an option for, like, allow you to get and go, like, order things to go type deal. Because I would have taken their entire darn bacon container to go, thrown out half of it because of it being undercooked, and then ate the rest just for the pure purpose of to spite them. Because, God, I could not physically believe the stupidity. Oh my goodness, the fact that we got up to, like, that much money with just our group. Like, we've gotten that much money into, like, a bill before. On, like, an actual restaurant. Where we each order, like, steak and things like that. We're, like a fancier type restaurant. But never through a buffet. that had shitty quality. Oh my god, I never, like, if we ever think about going back there, I am going to stop it right flipping away. Okay, so that's been my little rant. That's why I've been late the last few days, as I said. And as soon as this is kind of released, I will also be releasing my thoughts and so on and so forth. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you understand the story, or like, I hope you understand why the videos were kind of messed up. As I said, I'm really sorry about it. It just kind of happened. And I'm sorry about, like, the other videos being late. And again, it wasn't really my fault. Well, I guess I could also say, like, when I got back today, by the time I got back today, because we left right afterward, I had a meeting I had to go to for a thing that I'm doing with a friend, and then I also, which of course I was late to. Well, that's actually because they changed the time frame of, like, when it was originally, and I didn't realize until afterward. But whatever. And then I also had a ton of homework to, get done. So, yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I'm very sorry about the inconvenience and everything. But yeah. If you had a very similar moment or anything like that, please leave a comment. I'll be glad to talk with you. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you all next time, and I'm going to bid you all adieu. Goodbye.